Hello, everyone, and welcome to another survival game guide episode, our Sons of the Forest edition. So we're going to be covering the different ways to build a shelter in Sons of the Forest. Sons of the Forest. Let's get an article in there. There are essentially three different ways that you can do so, including a kind of like a bonus mobile way. So we'll kind of go over each one just so you can kind of figure out, the mechanics behind it. So you can, hit the ground running because time is of the essence in this game, that's for sure. So we'll start with perhaps the more simplistic method, which is essentially like the basic base. So how we do that is we're going to bring up our survival guide. Funny enough, survival guide and a survival guide, which is you hit the B as in boy button, and this little thing will pop up. If it's not up on this screen, you might need to press and hold X because it might be over here instead. So just press and hold X again to switch over here. And what you're going to need to do is hit this green tab here. This is the shelters essentially. And the hunting shelter is, in my opinion, like the base shelter. So we'll just kind of like put that down. I'm not going to build it because I'm building something else, but we'll just put it down so you guys can see it. But there it is, and you can see you need like quite a few. It's kind of hard to read with the interface there, but you'll see you need 5 logs, 6 sticks, and 7 stones. So essentially, you get those resources and you put them in. You can cut logs, obviously. Sticks you can get from when you're cutting logs, as you can also find them kind of like on the ground on their own. Rocks are also on the ground, and either you can collect them, or if you have your friendly helper, Kelvin. Oh, Virginia's here too. She's hanging out. They're singing Kumbaya. You can tell Kelvin, hey, I need this stuff. Go get it. Or, hey, I'm building something. Help me finish it. And he'll actually help you, which is so nice. Let me tell ya. But that's essentially the basic shelter here. Now, obviously, there's a few pros and cons, and essentially the pro of this particular shelter is that it doesn't take a lot of time to make. So if you need something to just quickly produce so that you can save or sleep or something, maybe focus on this one. The bad aspect about it is that it doesn't have a lot of health. So if you get attacked, the mutants and whatnot, it won't take too much for them to break it essentially, and then you'll be back to square one. So this is, in my opinion, good to start off with if you just want something that's a little bit more secure than a mobile base or something. This is a good mid-tier, I suppose, option for you. I'm just keeping an eye out because I know at some point we're going to get some visitors here. But that is the basic base, the first option essentially. Let's get rid of that. Now, if you want something a little bit more advanced, we'll bring up our survival guide here again. The more advanced shelter is the small log cabin, and this one obviously you need 75 logs, so we'll just throw that out so you guys can take a look at it. There we go. And as you can see, it's sizable. It's not it's not thick in terms of width. So it's not like a huge amount of space in here. But it does take time to build this one. Obviously, you need 75 logs. It's a lot of chopping you're going to have to do. But to put it down, essentially the same steps as the hunting shelter. You just click it, drag it where you want, and put it down, and then just start going away at it. You'll get resources, put them in. Obviously, you can see that you need quite a few things. It's not just logs that you need. As you can see, on the bottom left there, it tells you need very specific types of logs. You need 46 logs just on their own, but then you also need 3 half logs, 3/4 logs, 35. What? Oh, hi. Thanks, Virginia. 35. We're gonna back off because I have no weapons on me. So, run, girl, run. But don't run to me because you can't come in the water for some reason. Y'all never learn to swim. Yeah. 35 planks and then 8 quarter logs, and we'll kind of go into that a little bit when we're getting into our custom building. But you essentially get all that, and then you put it in, and then it will, it show up, and it'll be done, and it's lovely. Now, obviously, the pro of the log cabin in particular is that it does have a little bit more health than the hunting shelter. So that's kind of nice. It'll last a little bit longer before those guys destroy it. So less work for you. Yeah. Boy, I'm so sorry. I don't have. Do I have actually? I might have arrows. I don't. I made something or other. I don't remember what I made. To be honest, I got a few arrows. But I just dropped something. Anyway, so that's the option there is you should run. Thank you, Calvin. Run. And that's the second option. Now, if you want to build your own base, which is what I kind of recommend, which is what I'm doing over here, that is a little bit more, it takes more time, it's a little bit more complex, but it is, in my opinion, just the better option, honestly. I'm gonna eat one of these guys real fast, get my energy up. Yum, yum. Delicious. Look at them. You guys, I'm sorry. Now, I build in the water exactly for this reason, because if I'm not ready to fight, I want to be somewhere where I can store my stuff and not have to worry about them coming in and breaking it. Unfortunately, Virginia and Kelvin can't get over here, so, I'll have to modify this somewhat at some point. But anyway, so here's what we're doing over here. And as you can see, these also have, like, different types of logs and whatnot that you need to use. So to build a custom base... we're going to bring up the survival guide. We're actually going to go to switch mode to this side. This is more of like the custom building side. And what's nice about this is that it tells you what you need and like how to arrange them essentially. So you can just kind of go through all these different things here, beams and all that, which you can see I have, these guys are my beams so that I'm above the water. And then, you just kind of go in and you get your floors here, your window, or that's your single step, I guess. Your windows, your doors. There's your basic walls, and then how to do the floor and all that. So you can essentially just go through your guide and you look at what it is. You can't click on it; it's not a blueprint. It's just showing you what you need to do to make this stuff. So we'll kind of go into it a little bit. Since I'm not quite done, I'll show you what I'm doing here. We're just gonna have to steal a log and avoid these guys for a hot second here. Hello, Good says, don't mind me, I'm just using a log. I have noticed that some of the peoples here, they will steal your logs sometimes. Like if they're just kind of chilling out, you haven't put them in like a storage thing or anything. Some of them will actually start to drag the logs away, which is less than ideal. So we're going to come over here. Doop-doop-a-doo. They can watch me build, I guess. And we'll extend out this way, just because I can't get too much further than that because of the deep water and all that. So as when you're looking down, you can see that like you have two ways of putting this log down. You have it horizontally, which you would use if you're going to build like a wall or something. But we're essentially gonna put in like another pillar here. So we'll actually right-click and change it to this, which means you can put it down vertically now. And what you'll do is you'll line it up with this guy, kind of go like here, and you'll see a snapping system will appear that looks like that, and we'll just left click, that's where we want it. And you can see now that obviously it's too tall, but it's in the exact location that I need it. So at this point, we'll just take out our axe real fast. And we need to get it about the same height as that guy. And if you kind of come up to your log here, you can see there's a few different places where you can chop it. We need to chop it right about there, so we'll we'll left click once we see the red line where we want it, and then left click again, and let's put that over here for now. And that is essentially also how you make those quarter logs, because this is a quarter here. So there's your quarter log if you need that, obviously. Run, Virginia. But now you can see that it's exactly the height that we need. So to continue on to this, you'll need like another log, which you'll then put on here, which I can just show you too, because it's a little bit of a different system as well for that. Oh, I'm so sorry I'm not helping. I apologize, guys. This is very important business we're doing, okay? We're building a home. Virginia, you should honestly just find a new home. I'm not a good host. Oh, look at, he's trying to break whatever I put in there. I don't remember. I think that's my drying rack. Alright, they're running off. Hopefully not necessarily after Virginia. But anyway, okay, so as you can see, there are... actually, before I go into that, if you want to make the ramp as well, you'll see these little arrows pointing down. You just need to, again, left-click, and it'll do that, just like that, and then you can make your planks and you know, to make your floor here. Now, if you put something down you didn't mean to, the awesome thing about this game is that you can just press and hold C, and boom, it comes back at you, which is so nice. You don't have to like break it. You don't lose a resource just because you accidentally put something somewhere you didn't mean to. Now we're going to be building essentially like the support beam here. So to do that, you can see again, we're looking for that white arrow. It's pointing in the direction we want. We'll say yes, and boom, there it is. So essentially you just keep doing this. You make your squares. And once you have your full squares, you can start putting in the floor, which is when you need to start making like half logs. So we'll do that. Now, since we're, looks like we're all good. Virginia, I hope you're okay over there. I'll have to check in on her and make sure she's okay later. Calvin, you came out all right. Good job, bud. Good survival instincts there. All right, so we'll just chop it here because it's a little bit easier on the sand here. All right, so take a log out. And again, you'll line it up like here. You see the red right there in the middle. Left click, say okay, and then you have your two planks here. Now, we only need one, so I'm just going to throw one right there. We'll bring it over. But that's how you make your half logs, which you'll need essentially for like floors and doors and that kind of stuff. And there we go. All right. So for this one, you will see again another arrow pointing essentially like, hey, put the floor here. So you just put it down, and there it is. Now, if you are like over here, for example, if I were to, well, let's run and quick grab them so you can see. The one, there's like the building menu or the building mechanism in this is, oh, look, there she is. She's fine. Is really nice in terms of, they kind of make it a little bit more efficient in terms of like cutting what you need in certain parts. So like, for example, I just have like a whole log here, right? Now, as you can see, I don't want to put it there. Can we not? Can I? There we go. You can see how there's like these two arrows kind of like dancing a little bit. That essentially means like, hey, if we'll put this, we'll split this log for you and put them both in place. So I'll quick show you. See, like, he does it automatically, which is so nice. So you could just do that too. You don't have to like split them if you don't want to. It's just, I only did because there's only one that was needed here. But so that's just a quick way to do it as well. If for whatever reason you want to get a like a hole or something in one of your walls, or your floor, well, walls too, but your floors, you'll see like this red mark. If you, I'm not gonna do it because I don't want the hole here, but like if you left click, that'll essentially cut that section out, so you can do something or other there if you'd like. But that's kind of like it a little bit. Again, here's your quarter log, and if you want to make firewood out of this, just take a quarter log and split it, and there's your firewood essentially. I will go add this to my stack over here. But that's it for like your custom building. You can just kind of have fun with it. I'm building a pretty basic shelter right now, because I'm just trying to get those the basic things that we need done. I'm just gonna put that right here, somewhere, anywhere. Why is this like that? Whatever, let's put this down there for now. There we go. Maybe it's too big already. So yeah, there's our second fire thing, I guess. Hey, buddy. Eat your food if you want, I guess. So now our last kind of like bonus one, our bonus menu, or our bonus shelter, if you will. Are you okay, Virginia? She's probably mad at me, to be honest. Is this guy right here, the tent. Now the tent is great because it's a little mobile shelter that you can take with you when you're off, adventuring through the island here. You don't, oh, did she bring that for me? Thanks, she's so nice. You don't need to build like a little hunter shelter everywhere you go. You could just make this cute little tent, and it's really easy to do. So essentially all you need is a tarp, and you can find this tarp. I found mine when I crash landed essentially. You can find them kind of like around some of the dead bodies of like all the other people and stuff. But you take it, and then you'll see a little thing. Just lay it out like that. You do need a stick as well, which I don't know if I have actually, because I kind of used them all. I don't. Oh no, I don't have a stick. We'll just take one of these because these are just chilling here. Okay, so you'll take a stick, and you'll see this arrow. and you'll just be like, yeah, let's put it up, woot woot, and then you have your tent. You can sleep here, you can save here. I have 2 over here. I made that out of 2 tarps, just because I wanted to, I guess. I don't know. And then when you are ready to like leave, just press and hold C, and get your stick back. Put that back in your backpack, and you are able to keep on going. So you can save, like inside of caves in certain areas, outside of caves, wherever you want to save. That's just like an extra little mobile base that you can take with you, which is just so nice, just to have that extra security of like, not dying and then having to start all over again because you were so far away from your camp you couldn't have saved and all that. So, yeah, but that's essentially it for building your shelters, your bases. If you do have any questions, be sure to ask in the comments. I'll do my best to answer. Otherwise, oh, and let me know about your little shelters, your setups too. I love hearing about, base ideas and builds and stuff like that. I love it. So share those in the comments as well. But until then, until our next video, keep surviving and keep thriving.